Hey everyone, welcome back to SNHU Sports Tonight. It is Overwatch. Always fun time, super fun. Especially now that we are in first round of playoffs here. SNHU well over. I mean they ended up season 5 and so they put them in for tonight. And speaking of the match tonight, it is gonna be against University of Georgia. So it's gonna be a pretty interesting matchup. And from what I hear, looks like Lijiang Tower is gonna be the first map of the night. And as you can see, we have the map. We have this nice little graphic over here. But yeah, so Lijiang's always, I mean, you can't get much better than Lijiang. It's just one of those classic maps, especially. As always, Control will be the first mode here. It is still a best of 5. So overall, it's going to be pretty interesting. And the first ban of the night is going to be Jetpack Cat from Georgia. So SNHU here has a little bit of time. We'll see what their bans are going to be here. Though the team seems to be very much in a debate on what they're gonna do. But since we have a little bit of time, I'll go ahead and mention this now and mention it later. So tomorrow, biggest stuff for SNHU tomorrow. There is going to be a LAN tournament. There's going to be like at least 6 schools, from if I remember right. There's at least 6. At least 6 teams that are going to be playing Overwatch at a LAN tournament tomorrow. So we will be streaming that all day, basically, from like starts like 10:30, and it will pretty much go until probably about 6 to 7. I'll also bring that back up later at the end of the stream as well. And our ban is Vendetta, so we have one support ban and a DPS ban, so I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen. I know One Trick does get pretty crazy with his Jetpack Hat when he gets to play it. We saw him grab stuff like 2 weeks ago on Havana at the last point. He just kind of went in there, snatched one of the players. I believe might have been one of the DPS, or maybe it was a tank. Just grabs him, and just drags him off the map, and just lets him go. Always pretty entertaining, especially with these new, all the new characters that came out. But it's like they still trying to go debate what's going on here. Looks like they are getting ready to start, though, as everyone immediately started turning to their computer screens and started moving around the keyboards. So Lijiang be first, Control, and then maps haven't really shifted all much because it'll go. Next one will be loser's pick, obviously. All of them are loser's pick. But it'll go either, it'll have to be hybrid, escort, flashpoint, or push. Will be next one after this. I'm kind of curious to see what the plan is going to be, and kind of curious to see what game comp's going to look like. If I had to guess, we'll probably see, I guess, a Sigma. I'm going to say maybe Kiriko, Mizuki, Genji, potentially, and useful here. But speaking of the lineups here, so SNHU here is on the right. We do see a Sombra, we got a Tracer, Blobfish there is pulling out the Diva. One Trick on Lucio, which is crazy because he complains all the time about Lucio. Doesn't want to pull him out right away. And then Umbra obviously is on the Kiriko. Georgia there, Tracer. We do have the Cassidy, Kiriko, and Lucio. Pretty much all of the same here across the board, as we do see everyone now going in. And Georgia there is going to take out 3 of SNHU's players, and that is going to force them all back here, as that point is going to turn blue. everyone here. Got a Tracer to a Crazy Cat going after, is going to be able to get it, and is going to have to rewind, get some things going on, but there's a Sombra. We do see One Trick also in there, well, getting everyone killed. Blobfish going in, going to send those rockets through the door, is going to force everyone. There is the High Noon coming from the Cassidy there. Sombra going to jump over to the side here, go into Viz, get a little bit of adventure. Is going to then sabotage here, and SNHU slowly going to get off of this point here a little bit, and is going to, Skelter there is going to take out the Cassidy. Now might be going after Lucio. Blobfish there still just kind of hanging around the point, trying to be a little bit of distraction, waiting for the team. Going to put that shield up. Going in here. Of course, everyone in that point is going to flip here. Blobfish trying to eat up as much damage as possible. You have the D.Va already just waiting to get picked. See, still hanging on to the ult. There is the Kiriko ult. We also have the other team ult as well. There is the D.Va ult coming in. Might be able to get one. Not quite. Not going to get anyone off of that ultimate there. Hazard here. Still SNHU hasn't been able to get rid of the Hazard. But right now, trying to get that point back, not quite going to be able to get to it. As it is still just kind of hanging there. We see Hazard going in. Blobfish there, going to do a little bit of dive. Comes back, turns on Hazard. Hazard there, going to leap around, try to get behind. They're even getting knocked out of mech. I'm going is going to get at least one elimination there. Tracer can take out one, but the opposing Tracer did have that pulse bomb. Crazy Cat going after Hazard. They are going to finally fall. SNHU here still in overtime. They just have the clearest point going after Lucio, and not quite still one person. There's 5-person elimination as SNHU there finally takes this point. It's not going to flip it. Now they have to hold it for quite a while. It's overtime, so they lose this point, and Georgia flips it. It will cause, it will be first point to Georgia for its first round of control. Here, going around trying to get the flank. We already see Crazy Cat just holding on to that Tracer. Does have that pulse bomb. Is going to get the Lucio. Lucio falling there, and that is going to be a big hope to SNHU as they can now worry about trying to take everyone off now that one healer's out. The Howard Blobs are going to get knocked out of the mech there. Try to get a little bit of help. Hazard now going to start running away, trying to get out of there. And almost falls and is going to get taken out there by One Trick and Skelter, both working together. And SNHU still holding on to this point. Crazy Cat going and tries to pick off that Tracer. He's not quite able to finish it. The Tracer is going to get away just a little bit. And now we do see University of Georgia here slowly pushing into the point. SNHU still holding it 56%, so they are over halfway now. You see Crazy Cat and One Trick out there. Oh, Crazy Cat there, it just dashes off the ledge, but has that rewind and comes back with a little bit of health too. There's a double Kiriko ult coming out, so both teams now are going to get that little damage buff and healing buff as well as the attack boost here. And they're now out, and Hazard is going to take out One Trick. There's the D.Va bomb coming out. Not going to quite be able to get Umbra. Is going to be able to take out the opposing Kiriko though. And what Crazy Cat here is going to melee and finish off the opposing Tracer. Tries to throw the top pulse bomb. Not able to quite land it. And that's not going to be able to finish off anyone. Hazard though getting pretty low. Getting chased off the point. It's Skelter there. Gonna finish it off with Blobfish. Skelter also taking out the Hazard. And the Lucio. And point still being held now. It's overtime. SNHU has managed to hold the point on, and we do see a change here as Doomfist comes out. Doomfist they're going to fall. 10-player kill streak. The timer is ticking down, and SNHU here is going to take that first point. And SNHU there is going to take that first point here.
Can I please fly Toki? I'll be super careful.
So now we're gonna move on to second round of Lijiang. I kind of like this map area here. Kind of a fun little map to play on. It's kind of annoying a little bit when you if you kind of get stuck and are kind of forced to play outside the control point. It's kind of a choke. There is that teleporter coming out already. They're gonna quick swap back. And we see Blobfish here pushing into the point as Georgia here already 5-manning it. They rushed in, had everyone sitting on that point. We do see SNHU here trying to play around the outside. Skelter there, Johnny jump and going to turn to Viz and get away from the Tracer. So going in, going to get a little bit of headshot. Has to do a little bit of a rewind. Try to stay up here. He's going to get some help. There's another teleport coming down, which is SNHU here needs to get rid of. Trying to go in. There is finally manages to get it out, but Hazard now going to start jumping in SNHU's players. Blobfish here all alone on the point is not quite able to take out the Symmetra. Symmetra here going in, and they're both going to each other out with the melee, though, going to finish it off from Umbra there. See, everyone trying to get set up. Looks like SNH here going to that far around the left side here, maybe trying to get the entrance, but the Lucio already kind of watching it. One trick there, or Crazy Cat there, trying to just get a little bit of poke in. See Skelter coming from behind, trying to go after some of these turrets as Symmetra's come down, going after the Kiriko. He's gonna Kiriko go, gonna turn around. There is another, and there is that shield coming down from the Symmetra. Symmetra ult now is up, and everyone. Metro there revealed, and we see Chris Cat now getting that pulse bomb. SNHU here not seemingly able, might be going after quite. He's going to hold on to that pulse bomb. He's going to do a little bit of rewind here. Still holding on to it, and is going to get picked off there, and that's going to be 3 players down for SNHU. Oh, Crazy Cat being staggered a little bit from the group as Georgia here playing far more aggressive, pushing out of the point. As you can see them, Hazard there is coming around the corner. They had the teleporter there just a few seconds ago, so they're able to just teleport back and forth. Get a little bit of healing and get back out there. Skelter going around, trying to get a little bit of a advantage here on the flank. Crazy Cat just trying to cause a little bit of distraction. There's that teleporter once again. They got to get rid of that Symmetra. And Crazy Cat still holding on. As everyone on Georgia basically has the ultimate. Looks like a couple ultimates not coming out. Blobfish holding on to the bomb. Is finally going to send the bomb off. Skirko ult comes up. And that is, there is a mech already coming back down. It's going to force Georgia off the point. SNHU trying to turn it. Still got a little bit to go. Almost about to flip it here. As everyone is trying to do whatever it can. There is the signs coming out. Symmetra now just EMPing everything in the area. Going after the Symmetra there. And they're going, once it's going to trade. And that point is going to flop back over to Georgia there. SNHU holding it for 25%, up to 25%. There is overtime as well. SNHU has to get on this point. Every time they touch, it doesn't reset that timer. Symmetra ult is up as well, so there is that whole wall shield there blocking a lot of the moves here. And we see Skelter coming from behind. Joe's up. He's going to get that invis. Just everyone is just tapping the point. We see Blobfish here running around, trying to get a little bit of health back. Try to get something rolling here. SNHU going in, dives in. Gonna run out, trying not to get picked off there. Crazy Cat gonna get picked off there, and SNHU's going to fall, making it 1-1. So we're gonna go to round 3.
Did I scare you?
Ready for battle.
From imperfection,
SNHU here is going
build
to
a new world.
any of their pick here. Going across the board, I mean, obviously Skelter here will more than likely swap back over to that the Sombra once that teleport is down. Everyone going straight to the point here. Crazy Cat gonna jump over that ledge there. And it looks like the opposing team's gonna do just about the same. Gonna go in, try to get a couple of early picks here, trying to cause a distraction though. Crazy Cat's gonna get picked off right there. Skelter is now in Viz, gonna go after, is gonna sabotage the Hazard. Hazard now turning on to Skelter, and he's gonna toss his grenade there and get away, get a little teleport transponder. And Blobbish there are gonna get picked off out of the mech. And we do see Blobbish there is going to jump off and just try to get a little bit of reset. Maybe it was an accident, maybe a plan here. And we do see Crazy Cat now on Echo. Trying to get something rolling. The nice thing about Echo is that ultimate, and we do have going after the Wu Yang coming out as well as the Crazy Cat. Just trying to get a little bit of poke damage out here. And we do see Blobfish coming out with the Sigma. Sigma's definitely one of their stronger picks here. They're coming in, might be able to pick off the... Yep, does get that teleporter. However, Crazy Cat and Winter both are going to fall to the Hazard and the opposing Kiriko. And that point is going to get held right now, sitting at 40%. Blobfish still up, sends that rock out. Not going to quite hit Hazard. Hazard not coming up, and Blobfish there is going to get pushed off the edge, and it's going to force SNHU to have to regroup. See here, Crazy Cat is holding on to that Echo ult to essentially anyone at any point here can just get copied for a little bit. Extra help, and is going to get picked off there by the Tracer. Do see Skelter here, and the Kiriko ult from Georgia does come out, so that's going to be a little boost to them. Does manage to make that jump across, and it's going to fall back and just kind of a way for everyone to reset here. Still have a little bit of time. We're about 85% of the way here, and it looks like Skelter try to go around for a corner. There is a pulse bomb coming out, and a one trick is going to get taken out there. Fortunate for them. Going after the Kiriko, might be able to finish Kiriko off. There is the ult coming out. See, copy of Hazard coming in. There is that shield from the Symmetra. Symmetra turrets everywhere. It's going to just have, SNHU is going to have to leave those turrets out. There's Kiriko ult coming out. And there is the sound barrier coming out from Georgia there. And that is going to be a 5-player location here for Georgia, or not for Georgia, but for SNHU as they're on the point, slowly picking everyone off. We see Crazy Cat going in, is going to be able to finally pick off the last remaining player there from Georgia, and SNHU now is going to flip this point. We see Crazy Cat going high, trying to get a little bit of poke damage here, maybe force him to play off. We see Blobfish here has swapped back over to the Diva. And the Georgia here is going to work their way over to that little back bridge and try to come in from that direction. A little more cover. And we see Blobfish here just having to bounce around. He's gonna pop that ult. Murray comes out, and it is gonna get the Symmetra out, and that's gonna be a free, basically, spawn mech for Blobfish there, getting elimination there. And now is gonna push Georgia back off the point. Looks like they're going towards the spawn, trying to play very aggressive here. SNHU here slowly pulling back, sitting at about 50% right now on the point. All they have to do is just hold out for a little bit longer. Getting saved by 2 points. There's a pulse bomb on Diva, and there comes Diva's going to get put out of mech. You see Echo, or Crazy Cat there, copying the Hazard by the looks of it. Already losing that play, and there's both Kirikols coming out here. SNHU slowly getting pushed back here. Still holding this line. But they are starting to get low on some of their front lines. You see one of Georgia player there getting on the point. I believe it's a Symmetra. Blobfish coming around. Gonna go after, dives in through the window and back out. And someone's going to touch the point. SNHU touching that point again. Blobfish coming up, jumps over, going on the Hazard, shooting from behind. Might not be able to get that save there. And is going to look, and one trick, try to stay alive, doing the classic Lucio run, and that's going to be a team kill there for it, unfortunate. And the first point here is going to go to Georgia for the control round. 15th play of the game. Oh, it's going to be Crazy Cat. okay, it's from the first game. Goes after the, the hazard there. Finishes off the hazard with that melee. Goes chases after the opposing Lucio. Lucio, they're going to fall and might get a third. So SNHU is going to lose that first Lijiang game for control, but now they do have the pick of the maps and the modes that they want to do. By looks of the players here, they kind of like, we don't know. A little rough little round though. I don't think we've seen a single game of control though go all 3 rounds this season. So that's kind of interesting. But now it is up to them to choose game mode. So like I said, it's either going to be a hybrid, an escort, flashpoint, or push. My guess is probably escort or hybrid. They might go for flashpoints, usually, but we usually don't see flashpoint come out super early. Based on their record, kind of what I remember. Overall, kind of how the game went though. SNHU did. I mean, SNHU played very well overall. They had a lot of moments where they were playing aggressively on the point, flipped the point a couple times. But they slowly started to lose their tanks slowly started to lose their health. So Blobvis there had to back off and try to play a little bit more defensively until heals could get up. Which, I mean, as a support player, not much you can do about that, especially when the team sends about 3 or 4 people and they're all focusing the tank. It's not too much you can do to stop that. You just try to really slow them down long enough to try to get the tank to have their abilities repop. And I don't know if it's all to alt from our side coming. Though SNHU there was kind of swapping around, trying to get something working, but not good in favor for this first round. Here, trying to talk about the last round. Couple adjustments on the fly. Like Alto push is going next map. So I like push. Personally, I kind of wish Coliseum was still in rotation for push. But push is a fun map, or a pretty fun. Alto's not bad either. Escort. Little miscommunication. It is going to be escort for Rialto. So I was right. It's going to be escort. Escorts are pretty fun. This one, and there is a hazard ban coming out, so it looks like not want to deal hazard this time around. Other ban. So if I had to guess based off of lineup for the team, and Widow's going to get taken out for the Georgia ban. So Widow and Hazard both out for this round, or well, for this map. So if I had to guess, it's probably going to be, might see Reaper, potentially, Reaper or Tracer. Upfish will probably might start with Sigma. And then Kiriko probably CO potentially. Jetpack Cat though is back, so that might also be something that we might see coming in. But it also depends Comp changes just a little bit depending on who is attacking, who is defending for the first time. Get a nice little cinematic view of the map here. It's a really nice looking map, though. I really do like Rialto. So Crazy Cat, though, gonna pull out the Vendetta. So we're gonna see Blobfish on the Diva, one trick on Zenyatta. Umbra still sticking with the Kiriko. Skelter still sticking with the Sombra. So Domina is coming out. Should be pretty interesting to see how SNHU here. And SNHU here is on the attack, so they're gonna get this first option here to try to push as far as they can. And already going aggressively on the Domina there. Domina going around trying to flank. You see Crazy Cat, though, is gonna get picked off by that railgun. And SNHU here is going to do a little bit of damage. That payload is kind of stuck right now. You see Blobfish going to jump up and away here. Do a soft little reset. Maybe pick someone off. Trying to keep Sombra alive down there. Sombra getting pretty low. Crazy Cat, though, trying to does a little dive in. Going to dash in, try to get around. However, everyone's stuck right now close to the spawn point. SNHU needs to find a way through this. There is that shield did go down. SNHU going up. Blobfish there getting stuck in the in that little small room, as we saw Crazy Cat just watching there for a second. Going in, maybe trying to go into the back line. Gonna go dive down on the Domina. Is not really gonna get anyone out, but there goes down that shield. Gonna get a little bit of health here, and gonna go back in, sending up those slashes towards the Domina. See Skelter here getting ready. Is gonna does do a little bit of sabotage there. Crazy Cat going and forcing the Domina back. And see Blobfish here has the defense matrix up, and that payload is now further going along. Skelter there getting a little bit detected, sitting up, is going to do the sabotage on the Domina there, and that's going to cause a little bit of distraction as Crazy Cat now blocking some of that damage. Just going to dash in here, going after Domina. Domina is still getting pushed back, but it's a lot of healers and a lot of support there from the supports, or a lot of heals from the supports. SNHU, Skelter going on high, going in. Blobfish finally getting a lot of damage in. There we go. The Soul Germ there going to fall. But Crazy Cat's going to fall to the Kiriko, and we do see Skelter there has the Sombra ult. There's both Kiriko ults coming out. There is the EMP from the Sombra. Domina there is going to fall, and SNHU now is going to be able to push forward and play and to get this payload moved to that first checkpoint here. Blobfish does have the ultimate here. SNHU has two ults. One trick swapped over Jetpack Cat as well, so we might see a little bit of shenanigans coming in. Crazy Cat there went above the building, came down, going to try to dash back. Isn't going to be able to get to it in time. As Skelter now waiting, does do a little bit of sabotage, and then throws a transponder. Jetpack Cat does have the ultimate. One trick here, or one trick. Yeah, no, it is one trick. One trick there is going to grab the Wu Yang and send the Wu Yang off into the river. That is at least going to force a little bit of them to play a little bit more defensive now, down one of their support players. See, Crazy Guy here did swap over to the Ashe. Might be a little bit better than the Vendetta. Just has a little bit more range, especially with that, and get Bob out there. Does basically act like an additional teammate, though. SN2 here slowly falling as two other players are down. Blobfish, though, got taken out of the mech and gets punished immediately there. One trick here is sitting high. You see. Wintrick there getting tagged a little bit. Ready, trying to pulse bomb. SNHU here is on overtime, so they're gonna have to consistently touch that payload, try to get something rolling. Try to do as much as possible. The problem with the Alari though is gonna have that little healing pylon, as you see, sitting right there. As you see, he goes after, is gonna pull the Tracer out there. Wintrick getting rid of the Tracer, and SNHU there touches the payload. He's gonna keep everything going as they're now facing one-on-one, or what, 2 people on that payload now. Even gonna sit there. 1 person still at overtime, still being held there. Kiriko ult is out, and Blobfish also does have the Diva Bomb as well. So it's gonna send it up and back down, and that's going to be end of round 1.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Oh, Blobfish is pulling out the old tried and true method, Reinhardt. I actually seen Blobfish play a Rhine before, so this should be pretty interesting to see overall. I mean, Georgia's lineup hasn't really done much of anything. Hasn't really done much of any changes there. Couple of changes here at SNHU. Wintrick did go to Lucio, trying to get a little bit of that AoE healing going on. As the defenders now, everyone is set up, and we do see everyone currently sitting high. Trying to stay out of view for a little bit. Looks like they might just try to jump on the opposing team here, let them push up a little bit. And we do see the Rhino recharging in. Blobfish there going to get onto the payload. We do see the grenade coming out. Oh, and there is a server issue. So there will be a reset.
Initiating match.
Well, we'll have to. Looks like we will see. We'll have to see what happens now as the both the timers are reset for everyone. As we can see chat now, in game going around, and looks like the players here might be going look to see what happens when these modes are not with a issue like this. Yep, there it goes. So don't know what happened there. We were about to start. There was a server error going on. Looks like they're going to be consulting the rulebook to see what the ruling is for this, whether it's going to be a full reset. If it's a full reset, then SNHU's going to get another chance on the attack and might get a little bit further, might get and work out better this time. But if it isn't, it'll probably just be a sole attack, and if they take that choke point, first checkpoint, it'll probably be a win for that match for Georgia. But while this the rule issue is getting ironed out here, we're going to go to a break, so we'll be right back. Everyone, we are back. There's a little bit of back and forth on what was going to happen. There is the Widow and Hazard bans are still in effect. So I want to say we already have. So, from the understanding is it should just be this 1 point. So if Georgia here does cap that first checkpoint, then they will take this point here. Looking around, it looks like SNHU go for the attack that they tried with before, but Blobfish is not going to be playing the Rhine.
Oh, you think so? That's
Five, four,
that'd be something else.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Skelter there going off to the side. It's trying to be a little bit of distraction as we see Blobfish now going to come around that corner. Going to go for the high ground there. Try to get someone out. It's going to do the little teleport transponder there. Going to go invis. Maybe try to go high, get rid of the Sojourn there, because Sojourn going to cause some issues, especially with the orb. We see one trick though is going to start shooting a little bit of a charge attack. Crazy Cat though is also playing a Sojourn, so looks like we are going to see a little bit of Sojourn action from both sides. Skelter there does get revealed, but Blobfish is still holding them at that, slowly starting to enter the courtyard here. They're going to have to figure out a way to stop this. This is going to be a long 3-minute hold here. Crazy Cat there did get saved by one trick there going to fall, and SNHU is down a healer. Now they only have the Kiriko. Blobfish there going to fall out of mech and then going to get picked off by the railgun from the Sojourn. Let's get here. Just trying to do, everyone's just trying to do a little bit of damage. We do see Skelter here just trying to get to that payload, maybe trying to hold it off there as it is getting closer to that choke point here. Everyone's gonna have to trying to go after the Kiriko. Kiriko though is gonna throw that Suzu down and gonna get a little bit of inbolt for a few seconds. We do see Blobfish playing on Rhine, trying to hold that shield up. It's gonna fall, and there is that first checkpoint. So that is going to be it for game 2. So UGA here going to take Rialto for the escorts. SNHU now is going to go back to the drawing board. They do get next pick. They get the pick of the map and the game mode once again. So we're now down to push, hybrid, and flashpoint. So curious to see which ones they're going to go with. Yeah, SNHU seems to just be struggling, just trying to like push through some of the defenses, struggle getting some picks, and being able to actually stagger them to kind of force them to back off a little bit. Not too much there, but bombing, say Gibraltar, which is usually the one we see for the escorts. So guess we'll probably see Flashpoint, and it's probably going to be and I'm kind of curious to see what both of these teams are going to be banning, though it is going to be it is match point though, so SNHU does need. No, only 2 flashpoint matches are Atlas and Cervasa, and we're gonna go to Midtown. So we're gonna go for hybrid. And Domino's going to get banned this time, so it looks like SNHU they're going to drop that Hazard. So we might see Hazard coming out. So hybrid, always fun. Midtown, fun map. At least up until that first, getting through that first gate. Then you have the little section above. Everyone can just shoot down from, drop down from, or just get a widow up there and they'll start picking people off pretty quickly. Yes, but scenarios and probably shift a little composition. I mean, we did see the Rhine come out from Blobfish, though. That's definitely something we haven't seen this season. I don't think we've seen Blobfish pull on a single Rhine pick there. We saw him twice, technically. All the Rhine. Wait for the Georgia ban. So there's going to be a Sombra ban. That I didn't quite see coming. I mean, Sombra can be annoying because it can get back in the line and then start sabotaging your health packs, but EMP is kind of annoying too at the end with the ult, but overall Sombra I don't think it's kind of an interesting pick for them to ban. Maybe just trying to throw off Skelter a little bit, but it's kind of a figured maybe they would go after maybe a support or off one of the support players. So, it's like everyone here is ready to start the next round of play. SNHU here, it's had a couple of rounds to kind of play styles. So I'm kind of curious to see if any major changes their hero selection is going to come. And we're gonna go to the game and get this nice little cinematic view. Oh, so Skelter there gonna switch to Torbjorn. Crazy Cat there gonna go to the Reaper. Blobfish going on the Zarya. So we just see Supernova suck everything in. One trick number sticking to pretty much tried and true methods here. However, Georgia here is gonna be on the defense. They do have Sigma out for their tank. Wu Yang, Kiriko, I mean, pretty standard composition there. But they haven't really changed much of their lineup the entire game here. See Skelter here going in. He's going to start blind firing here. So there is the turret coming down. So when it comes around that corner, Mudusi, Blobfish here pops one of the shields, one of the bulbs coming up, and we see Crazy Cat going from behind, gonna go after, gonna do a little fade here. Gonna go around, try to pick off the Sigma. Problem is, Sigma's gonna have the Wu Yang. We do see Crazy Cat going in, is gonna get picked off right there by the Soldier. And maybe a little bit of railgun. However, Blob Sculptor there and Blobfish both going after the Sigma. Sigma there going to still get away, still going to get health due to the Wu Yang. Speaking of Wu Yang there going up. Blobfish here sitting on the point, getting contested by the Sigma. Sigma coming in is going to and try to force, trying to take up Blobfish here. Blobfish still holding on, not quite able to do it as Penguid and Alpha Omega there are going to be able to get through. And SNHU now down to Skeletor being the lone survivor here. And they're going to have to regroup and make another push. So they're going to get picked off just a little bit of damage because he's swapping over to the Ash. And one trick going over to Zenyatta. So a little bit more sustained heal. Throw those orbs on, keep everyone up a little bit longer. Buff shit there. And then right click, gonna shoot an orb over. Going after the Wu Yang though, still just sitting on the Sigma, but the Sojourn and the Wu Yang both going to take out people with the Sojourn getting that railgun. We do see Blobfish has the ultimate on the Zarya. Skeletor is sitting a little bit behind, trying to get a little bit of health here. Making something going, getting saved by the Kiriko. Blobfish now going into the side here, is waiting for the team just to regroup. Okay, there's a bubble. Pops out the ultimate, gonna hit the Wu Yang. Wu Yang, they're gonna fall. Solo ult on the Wu Yang. Not quite able to get everyone. The opposing Kiriko now is gonna send out the Kitsune Rush. Gonna fall there as Blobfish is gonna take out the Sojourn, and Blobfish they're gonna get picked off by the Genji and the Kiriko. The one trick here playing Crazy Cat or Jetpack Cat. Gonna carry the teammate a little bit lower there. Maybe try to go over as we see Wu Yang already starting to send orbs over. There is Kitsune Rush coming out. We see Crazy Cat there on the Cassidy going to start harassing. There is Tank coming up high into the train. Do we see Blobfish there? Did swap over to the Sigma. Is going to start playing, try to play aggressively, going to start capping this point here, as Blobfish now is able to just basically kind of hold them over this area, try to play a little bit of distraction here. Crazy Cat sitting around the corner. We do see Flux coming out from the opposing Sigma here, and is going to get picked off. Not going to get too much out of that, as Blobfish now sitting on the point, as they are now being contested here, so close to capturing it. Going to send the rock down, and there we go. Do cap the payload, so that's going to be a nice little reset. 2 minutes getting added to the clock. Going to go into that heal. Maybe trying to go out to the Kiriko. Kiriko, they're going to fall, and so is the Soldier, and there's going to be a 5-player kill streak there for Blobfish. See, Torbjorn has the ult as well. 3 ults sitting on the SNHU side. None of the ults on the opposing team are up right now. Gives SNHU a little bit of advantage. And there we go. One trick there is going to take out the Genji to help a little bit. As we see now, we have the Soldier and just trapping Crazy Cat there in that hallway. You see one trick coming out. Blobfish coming up. Gonna put out, there's a Kiriko Rush coming out for the opposing team, and there's Torbjorn ult, just gonna put Molten Bobbin on everything, just burn everyone down here. Crazy Cat and Blobfish gonna get multiple eliminations, so they're just constantly pushing right now. And that's gonna be a team kill. So SNHU here, gonna play a little more aggressively, trying to get this payload up to the stats checkpoint. I mean, they still have about a minute and a half left to go on this timer. Then get it up there, get another 2 minutes. That's basically 3.5 minutes right there. Skeletor though gonna get taken off there. SNHU just trying to get this payload moving. That turret did not last very long. Played it pretty high up. See, Blobfish here coming in from the side, Mike going into the small room. There's the Alari coming out. Alari not gonna get too much as the Kiriko ult comes out, turning back on to Sigma. Sigma here going. Blobfish going after Sigma, and there we go. Penguin there going to fall to Blobfish and Umbra, as now SNHU now is going to play aggressive and start pushing in, try to play this advantage a little bit longer. There goes the Rock. Rock's not going to hit anyone However, Soldier in there does get that railgun on one trick, so SNHU now is going to be down one of their healers, and that's going to do a little bit of force them to play a little bit slower here. However, they still have a little over 2 minutes to get to this next point here. 2 checkpoints, not bad overall, especially for how the game's turned out so far. We see Blobfish here now going to have the ultimate, but almost everyone on the opposing team here has their ultimate. We do see Crazy Cat going to push out High Noon. High Noon not really going to get anyone as this Crazy Cat and Skelter Skirt, they're going to fall. We see Blobfish trying to go in, miss it there. It's going to get picked off in the Sojourn orb. Let's toss out the grenade. SNHU here now going to have to a little bit of defense, try to get everyone back in place here and make another push in. Still have plenty of time to get onto that payload. There is the Widow coming out as well, so Chris now going to take a couple of headshots. Blobfish here going in, playing pretty aggressively in the front. As now slowly trying to get going, and there goes Soldier, and Soldier in there going to get sniped by Crazy Cat. We do see, I believe the Genji ult just came out. Blobfish though looking kind of low. And there is the Flux coming out as on Blobfish coming, or from the Blobfish. Blobfish there taking him out. And there's going to be just a slew of eliminations from Georgia as they turn the favor on SNHU, and of course everyone's reset. SNHU has 30 seconds, and Blobfish still sitting on Sigma. Skelter still on the Torbjorn. Looks like we're going to try to get this turret to work. One trick though is going to be very careful because that Genji just sitting on that corner. Does realize that there is a Genji there. It's going to go in. Still holding on to the ultimate. Skelter also has that ultimate and is going to send the turret up to the roof there. And there's a stun coming out. There is the Flux coming out from the opposing Skelter, and as well as Kusanerish coming out. Blobfish here this gets knocked down as we're now overtime clock is ticking here. And SNHU here just getting picked off, not having anyone to come up, and that is going to it for the first round. They're going to get what checkpoint, and then some low.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
It's like the Soldier's going to get swapped out for the Emery. But SNHU stick to the same composition that they had going in for the attack here. Skelter playing a lot. Torbjorn will maybe come a little bit more in handy here. You can just kind of set up in that position and basically just shoot down and just basically heal your turret. Crazy Cat here gonna go high up into the try to catch everyone off guard as they come around this corner. Because the Genji does manage to pick up that Genji. Genji gonna fall there right off in the initial onset here. Blobfish slowly getting pushed back. Now under the overpass. Barrier now down as Skelter here trying to shoot, just trying to throw lead down. Crazy Cat there tries to get another headshot on the Genji. Genji not able to really get anything. Umbra though is going to take out 10 Gwyd there, so that is the opposing tank now down, and SNHU are going to try to push a little bit more of an advantage as we see Blobfish now going up, going around the corner. He's going to fall back there, get a little bit of health. just really tries to cause a distraction for the whole team. As we do see, the Soldier is now back, coming off of the Emery. And Crazy Cat here waiting to line up a headshot there. And however, there is coming from that flank around the opposing team as we see the Genji and the Soldier coming right there. And they're going to get forced back. It's going to force SNHU here to turn. However, looks like Kiriko getting pretty close to that point. And Bobish here can now face 3 people. Puts up his absorb there. Gonna send the rock. Rock there, not gonna do. There's Flux as well. So one trick here going to sit back a little bit, try to get something going. Maybe trying to go for this Kiriko. Kiriko lines up. I'm not quite able to finish off anyone. Going after the Genji. Genji though pretty low, gonna get away with sliver health, and the Kitsune rush comes out from Georgia here. And they're now going to push this advantage, pushing SN2 off of this checkpoint here. See Bobish now coming up, does have a little bit of health. There is that rock coming out. There is another rush as well. Going after Penguin here. Still following, he's going to stay up thanks to their Kiriko. Skeletor is going to be able to take out that Genji, but Bobish now get pushed into the corner, is going to get picked off. A little melee pack.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Now SNHU is going to have to get onto the payload here and hold it for as long as possible for about 4 minutes left. Reminder, this is match point as well, so if SNHU loses here, that will be it. See, Crazy Cat here just trying to get a couple headshots lined up, sitting in that low spot. There is that shield coming up. Skeletor though comes playing a little on the other side of the overpass. Tries to go for the Alari. Alaris are not going to get hidden, as you see. Everyone now jumping on here, and Skeletor and One Trick both going to get taken out pretty quickly. Bobish still staying up as the Genji is coming around, slinging his sword. Bobish there going to get stunned by the rock as it's tossed off the pass there. Crazy Cat going to try to fall back. Wait for the opposing tank here to come around the corner. It's not going to do too much. That shield does come up. Trying to get a little bit of headshot working. And One Trick here is going to switch over to Zenyatta.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Skeletor has the ultimate up, but there is 2 ultimates, and there goes Soldier. And Soldier, and they're going to get picked off by the Widow. But Genji's going to take out that turret. Bobish now picking up the Flux. See Bobish now going after, is going to put a stun on the opposing Sigma. As both teams here are just exchanging shots, trying to push in further. There's a Kitsune rush coming out. Going to give the opposing team a little bit of a little movement and damage buff here. Coming in. Tries to get a headshot there on the Soldier, and Soldier just sitting in that corner, still getting health. Might not quite have finished it. Crazy Cat there is going to be able to finish off the Soldier. And there's the Alari ult, sending the giant explosion out. It's going to sit up and high, going to do a lot of damage if you get hit by one of those things. And Bobish, you're sitting on the point, is going to be able to knock down the opposing Sigma, but the opposing Sigma does have their healer sitting there. Bobish is going to fall, and that payload is now going to... And that is going to be a win for University of Georgia. Play the game. It's going to be Alpha Omega for the Alari. Oh, it's that Ultimate at the end. You see that little icons above. You do enough damage, they basically explode. Cause a lot more damage. Does that little boost there. Can fly around. Goes off and picks off. Almost picks off Crazy Cat there. So unfortunate, SNHU there is going to fall 3-0. Unfortunate that does happen, but not much that they can do in this scenario. Pretty entertaining matches overall, so we will with everything. But as always, like I said so earlier, tomorrow there is going to be the LAN tournament. There's 6 teams. There's a couple of schools that are going to be here. We're going to be streaming that like all day. Like I said, it starts like 10:30, I believe. Start rolling through. It'll go pretty much all day up until like probably 6 or 7 o'clock at night. But as always, make sure you like, subscribe, you follow. All the links below, and you can get the notifications for when we go live, see all the videos, see all the fun stuff. But we will be back tomorrow with the tournament, so we will see you then.